Greetings, greetings. This is Cicely McLennan. I am with New African Image Makers, and you guys got me here on From Seed to Systems podcast this afternoon, and we are going to be live with an artist named Jahwi from Ghana in just a few seconds. Let me go ahead and intro us in, and then we will get started. Yes. Amazing day.
Women have the power to transform this world. We can end crime and violence if we all agree to do one thing: share. Let's share our wisdom, share our time, share our talents, share our finances, but most of all, let's share our love. This is the female solution.
Welcome, welcome. We got brother, Baba, uncle, performing artist Jahwi on the line. He went in, he's in, then he went out, but he's coming back, don't worry. So today we're going to be talking about specifically about the artist himself. We're also going to be talking a lot about the background of what it takes to, art is not just for the sake of art. We African people, all of our art has a purpose and a message. And so we definitely going to be digging in today. Welcome, Jahwi. Thank you so much for joining me. Yeah, so everybody should know I'm in Chicago live and Jahwi is in Ghana live. So we, as I would like to say, at the same, time. Yeah. So, and we, Jahwi, I was just laughing because before we even started, comments already started coming in. Somebody, Kwame Yesu, he already sent us a message. I love it. I love the Ghana energy, man, as you know. So, all right. So we are here. I want to talk a little bit about you, and then I'm gonna, come on in and give us the details. But this is what I know. Jahwi is somebody that I consider a basically genius level artist. Okay. This man can hold a pen and write a song or a poetry. This man can hold a brush and create something beyond your imagination. Then he can pick up his guitar and get going and grab the microphone and start beatboxing on you. And he can do it all, and it's all so cool. Sometimes they have a saying in the European cultures that's jack of all trades, master of none. I'm throwing that phrase in the trash, bro. You master every art form that you take on, and don't let nobody else convince you otherwise. You know what I'm saying? So I've seen it. I'm a witness. So with that being said, Jahwi, come on in and talk a little bit about about your background and what. Give us an idea of what got you involved in all this different stuff, and especially with the beatboxing, because that's
Yeah, thanks. Man, Cicely. So, like you said already, my name is Jahwi. A lot of people also know me as Kwabna Danso. That's how I sign most of my work, my artwork. I'd say for me, it's definitely been a journey where I have documented some of it not. But I consider myself a multi-ability artist, and most people ask me what does that mean. And given like context, most artists become multi-ability artists, but like you said, very few are able to master their craft that they pursue. And for me, the mastery of each of those crafts has been like very pivotal in getting to the next. So for me, my formula is really simple. Once you understand all the elements that make up any art form, it's really about transferring knowledge of the elements and not the art form itself. So people ask me, how did you move from music to fine arts? But fine arts really came first, and the music came after. And they kind of balance each other. So whether it's poetry, whether it's painting, whether it's sculpture, whether it's photography or filmmaking, I understand what the elements within these things are. Be it harmony, be it rhythm, be it balance. It flows through all these art forms. So once you understand the elements of an art form, you understand what those elements are, then it's easy to move to another art form and try and, become its slave.
Tell me about it.
At any point, I think we are slaves to our own art forms. And if we, to quote one famous Ghanaian artist, he said, if I don't put these ideas on canvas, then they'll make me crazy. So it's really about getting these expressions out there, and because ideas want to exist, and when they come to you and you don't put them out there, they'll go to somebody else. But
Wow.
Ideas want to exist.
Yeah, that's interesting. My mother told me the same thing some years ago. I recall she said that when the idea came to you, it didn't just come to you. It came to some other people too. So if you want to bring it into life, you have to go ahead and do it. And that will separate you from the rest of the people that the idea came to as well. So, and it's interesting how that knowledge have come, from all these various places, and people who are real observers, in our lives have made it plain. Well, I appreciate you. So what's going on in Ghana? What's the art scene looking like? And let's lead into that and some of the reasons why we're looking to do a musical tour, or even other types of art tour with different Ghanaian artists.
Ghanaian artists, yeah, true. Ghana, I would say, has a very vibrant art scene in terms of practitioners. I think let me begin with the good. We have, I would say, almost every art form you can think of in this world. Some of it is being practiced here in some form. Anything you can think of, be it music, the fine arts, film, poetry, spoken word, writing, it's all being practiced in some form over here. And they are amazing practitioners. I could just go at the top of my head and name for each category at least 10 people who are doing world-class work in terms of any art form. And the most recent thing I was a part of was the meet and greet for Rashilo. Now, Rashilo is an international reggae artist, phenomenal artist, big artist all over the world. And one of the things that Ghana Reggae Network and African United Sound System, I think they came together to do this one. The previous song we had was for Empress Sativa, and I organized that one. Empress Sativa, another international reggae artist, massive. So one of the things that we want to do as the Reggae Association of Ghana and the Ghana Reggae Network in collaboration is to have some of these meet and greets, not only for Jamaican artists who come through Ghana, but also for Ghanaian artists, so that the Ghanaian populace gets to know some of these artists. So we can put these, because even if you look at our music awards, and these are music awards, these are people who claim to understand music in Ghana. Throughout the whole genre of reggae, I don't think these people know even more than 4 artists. Because the same 2 artists keep getting recognized every single year for the last 10, 15 years. And it's not because the artists don't exist, or it's not that they're not putting out work. It's just that people just don't know who they are. And because I'm going to thread on a very controversial subject right now, and that's the fact that I believe, this is a personal opinion, I believe Ghana doesn't have a music industry. We have very talented people, very, very talented people who love music, but they are all working in a vacuum without the support of an industry. And because there's such a vacuum, a lot of things have become very cliquish and like very almost gang-like. So if you don't belong to a particular crew or gang, then you're not getting in certain doors. And I believe the way through some of these things is, again, unification, organized centralizing. So that's what we've been working on with the different reggae groups, different reggae networks. But again, the unity is still something that is lacking, and I think there's a lot of work to do with that, and we are working on it. In terms of fine art, there's constantly exhibitions popping up. I believe there's a sister called Patrick. She's putting up something on the Nubuke Foundation right now. I don't know, was it Nubuke? I think so. But there are also several hubs and spaces where you can either exhibit, perform, showcase talent. And these are also popping up little by little. Recently, I saw, I'll make a plug for these people, even though I don't know who they are. I saw recently an ad that I read, but beat, basically play your beats. And this is a gathering for beat makers, hip hop artists,
nice,
open mic artists. And this is happening, it happened this weekend. And there's a lot of these pop-ups that keep happening. And Ghana is one of those places that people go to during the Christmas break. So there are certain cities that empty out during the Christmas break, one of those being Johannesburg in South Africa. But in Accra is a place people go to during the Christmas break.
Right, true.
So we have people who are not just Ghanaians, but mostly Ghanaians who come from all over UK, Europe, Americas, and they bring their friends. And right now, a lot of the tourism that's happening is actually African tourism. People coming from Kenya, from Nigeria, from Morocco, so there's a lot of South to South collaboration happening as well. And whereas a lot of eyes are on places like Cape Verde and Tanzania and Zanzibar, Ghana and Accra is fast becoming a place, like a go-to place for the arts in Africa.
Yes.
So I think we are, the bad comes with the good. It's it's like we are playing with the skills and we are balancing things out. So I think that we are on a good trajectory in most of the things. But like I'm saying, it will take a little bit more, both from government players and from private professionals to make the dream happen. But at this point, I don't think Ghana has a music industry to speak of.
Yeah.
And I know some people will be mad at me for saying this because they put a lot of time and work into this. So have I. But I'm yet to see an industry because a lot of things still play out into private hands. For example, Ghana Music Awards is organized by Charterhouse, an amazing production company. They do some of the greatest productions in Ghana, but it's a private owned entity. You see what I'm saying? It's not organized by all the stakeholders per se. So if, like, for example, at some point, I know one of our bigger artists had some scathing things to say about Charterhouse, and instead of inviting him to the table to have a conversation, I think it's also how he approached it, but there was no conversation. So it's like basically like you either play by our rules or you don't play at all.
Oh,
so
wow.
some of these things there need to be further conversations.
Yeah.
I may be shooting myself in the foot speaking about Charterhouse even right now. I don't know. But I don't do. Awards are amazing. It'd be great to have a Ghana Reggae Music Award on my catalog, but I don't make my music for awards. That's another thing. Certain people like chasing their awards and things. And at a certain time, I think people were even paying for them. So, like, where are the merits? Like, are these meritorious awards, or is it just another fashion show where you come and look pretty and then you get an award for looking good, or a lot of people play your music? And like I'm saying, these are all critiques that I have of the current situation. That doesn't mean it can't get better. It can definitely get better. It can definitely improve. It can grow. But I think the government needs to have a stronger stakehold in what's happening. It can't be just private entities like all of a sudden I'm like, this is Ghana Music Awards and it's owned by a couple of Nigerians. So, I mean, we're all African. I'm not It's something that gets thrown around.
I get you.
It's something that gets thrown around a lot, but there needs to be more stakeholders from Ghana.
Yeah.
What goes into as Ghana Music Awards.
In general, with whatever we do, we need a council. We need to have input coming from all the different sectors that, like you said, that are stakeholders and that are involved. How are you, even like, as you know, in New African Image Makers, I always talk about, I got to have an elders council. I need to have feedback coming from the public, coming from various places in order to know that I'm hitting my mark. And sometimes, if people have a big enough money to create a platform, then they don't really put a lot of energy into the integrity of the platform itself, So it's not a criticism, really. It's just a vision. You know what I'm saying? That you are sharing and stretching out with us. It's not something for anybody to be mad about. It's a vision. This is where we are. This is where we're going. And these are some of the elements that need to be considered along the path. And everybody should be cool with that. Yeah. So let's hop into our first break. Then we're gonna come back and go a little bit more into into the various different arts, because I really want to talk about. I see that like this time is too short because there's a lot of questions coming now, like things that I want to talk about, because this art thing in Ghana is something that's very is close to me for many reasons, and then I think it's a very powerful piece. I don't want to brush over it, So let's take a quick break. Then we pop back on and we get into some more.
Hi, I'm Barbara.
I'm Cheryl.
And I'm Naima. We're three Black moms.
And in case you didn't notice the resemblance, we're also three sisters.
We're going to be coming to you every week, sharing our successes and our mistakes as we navigate our lives as moms, wives, sisters, daughters, and of course, Black women in today's world.
We'll talk about it all: race, politics, religion, economics, culture, and we'll take a look at everything from whether or not to use corporal punishment to how do you teach your children about sex.
Look for our upcoming book, Growing Up Charles. It's a personal story about our lives growing up in Maple Park on Chicago's South Side. I'm Barbara.
I'm Cheryl.
And I'm Naima. We're three Black moms. Follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Three Black Moms.
Okay. So yeah, Jahwi, we are back. We got another comment from Kwajo Spiri. Big up Rasta.
Bless up Kojo Spiri. Kojo is actually is a hip-hop artist out here in Ghana. Another amazing act. You all should go check him out.
Okay.
Big up Kojo. Okay. Thanks for tuning in, Charlie.
Yeah, I appreciate you, bro. I would love to do some annual rotation, a multimedia Ghana artist rotation, where we can come and just share our art, our culture here with the people here. It's a vibe here, a lot of people a lot of people don't know. And I'm saying it can be United States wide, but as for Chicago, when you go through this city, you're gonna see so many familiar things, Jahwi, because we have incorporated a lot of not just African traditions, looks, and the music and all of that, but like literally where I live at, all our public works of art have a Dinkra. They are all, the messaging is all in a Dinkra. Not in just one place or two places. This is the language that we speak here. And I don't know how nobody sent a memo out or anything said that we should do this, but this is what's going on here. And so you'll see a lot of things that are familiar to you, and you'll be like, wow, this is what they do in Chicago. Yes, that's what they do. And so I know for a fact that in being able to bring, people like yourself over here, it will be very well received. And this is something that I have started working on with you and others. It's not easy, especially losing Dr. Larby. May he fly is what I could say, and continue to work on our behalf. And but it's definitely something that is on our radar coming for 2026. So by any means, we want the support from that, from our viewers, from our audience, from this entire network. We got to show up. It's one thing for Beyonce to pull in somebody like Shatta Wale, but we too are interested, and we are the people. You know what I'm saying? We are the grassroots people. We are not the people that are sitting high looking low on anybody, and to have we have some agency. And so I'm very much so interested in applying that. And big up Queen B in the house. Yes, let's go, baby. Y'all got Jahwi on the line. Better come with some questions, some comments, something. This my man right here. He is cold. Y'all know you've seen his artwork. If you've been on my page, you've seen some of his drawings. You've seen him performing in all kinds of concerts. Bro, let's get back to that. The concerts in Ghana. Let me tell you why they leave Johannesburg and come to Accra for Christmas. The concerts in Ghana,
the concerts and the quality of artists, man.
First of all,
let me jump just a few steps back to what you said with Shatta Wale and Beyonce.
Yeah.
So that recently I put out a post on Facebook, and I got a lot of feedback from it. I was like, if you only know 2 reggae artists in Ghana, that's your ignorance on display.
I saw that.
That's nothing to do with the artists themselves, because they are putting in the work.
Yes.
And so I want the whole world to know Shatta Wale is one out of at least 1,000 youth them here in Ghana who have international quality stage performances. Not just stage recording, lyricism, writing, and I can guarantee you there's at least 1,000 youth out here in Ghana that you've never heard of who can hold a mic and stand toe to toe with the best. Off the top of my head, I can string at least 10 names right now.
I've seen.
And I'm not only speaking as an artist, I've also been an event organizer for the last 20 years in this country. I've put together gigs, I've put together showcases, I've put together meet and greets, I've put together whole concerts with international acts. And sometimes the opening acts are even better than what comes up from outside to come and be the main performers. Sometimes.
Wow.
On those rare occasions, there are certain individuals who perform way better than the artists that we bring from outside. And I'll give you a typical example. And this is not to downplay anybody, but Stone Boy at his last Beam concert, I was there. I saw it live for myself. Some of the Ghanaian performers who were put on that stage were way better than the 2 Jamaican artists that he flew into Ghana and spent all that money on. I'm talking about Jamaican artists who were messing up on the mic, forgetting their lines, singing off key.
Oh.
Now, I don't want to mention names, but the 2 artists he brought, both of them flap. And he himself, as the Ghanaian artist who showed it, was amazing performance. Some of the other Ghanaian artists who performed before him amazing performances. So this is all just to say that if you only know a few reggae or dancehall artists from Ghana, it's just the tip of the iceberg. There's so much out here. So if you're a promoter, you are listening, you're a show organizer, you are listening, get in touch, because I know all of them and I'll put you in touch with them. I don't gatekeep. I'm not going to be greedy about it. If you want anybody you know from Ghana, you just get the name. I'll find you the contact and book more Ghanaian artists because they are worth it.
Yes, I agree 100%. The energy that you guys... Actually, let me tell you another little known fact. And I'm not trying to big up Chicago over all the other cities here. But you can ask any serious performing artist that when they come to Chicago, they come with their A game. And if there's a group of performing artists that always come with their A game that can stand in Chicago and perform on any given day, it is Ghanaian artists. They come with the energy. They come with the force. You know, you guys are used to rocking all night and into the morning. And that is what the level of that's what we're used to. We Chicago.
Mama say all night. Yo, Mama, you know some nowadays during the Christmas period, the clubs are open till about 10 a.m. People are up in the club from the previous night into 10 a.m. You know how much partying that, like, yo, the sun is up. People are still poolside in the club.
Crazy. Yeah, so that energy, every artist that comes to perform here in Chicago, they are warned. They already know. Please don't come here and fool around on that stage. Don't do it to yourself. Everybody knows, from the hip hop artists to everywhere. If you get up there and it's like, I'm not gonna say no names, but somebody here was performing. It was like, get up, stand up, and it's Chicago, so they all looking like, no, make me,
exactly. Let
me feel it, and then we will show you the energy. But no, just to come out and demand like that, no, you gotta come, you gotta show out. Most artists be pacing behind the stage, nervous as hell before they hit a Chicago stage. That's the way, the respect that I hope, Ghana will start to garner in the art world too. Because for you to come from another country to Ghana and don't even put on your best performance, don't disrespect Mama Africa like that, okay?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like, to buttress your point a little bit more, it's like Ghana has already proven itself on the world stage.
Yes.
From Professor Glover to another Professor Glover, who even designed the tiles that go on the NASA spacecraft. That was a Ghanaian.
Yeah, right.
You see me? Down to, I'm even going too far from home. My own sister, let me plug again, won an astrophysics thing with write-up with NASA, and she was one of 3 people out of 50,000 that was selected. This is the Ghanaian.
Yeah.
In terms of science, culture, like fashion, like you name them, Tete Plaha, MKOGH. Like I was saying earlier, Ghana practices almost every art form you can think of. And every art form you think of, I can find you people who are doing world-class work.
Yep. I'm a witness and happy to be part of it.
Sure. And the next thing I want to say is, all of y'all listening out there in the States, Virgin Islands, Caribbean, whoever is tuned in right now, come back home. Like, you just need to visit to understand what's happening. It's not all dandelions and roses, but this is one of the safest place on the planet. Mama can guarantee that. It's like, we have our issues as well. Don't get me wrong, there's crime. But if you have somebody who is diligent, like you take care of yourself, you'll be all right. You see me? There's petty crime in every part of the world. We are no exemption. Anywhere there's poverty, you will find it. My whole thing is, come with an open heart and come and get an experience, because that's what it is really. At the end of the day, it's part of your journey. It's an experience. It's an experience that you will live with for the rest of your life. Something that,
you know what? Yeah, that is another thing I want you to talk about that, because in addition to you coming here, what's up with you guys bringing some people there for some particular experience, some of the things like
so, all right, it's good. I like you asked that. So one of the things that I'm really passionate about is, and this is down the line, it's still something I'm working on, but I want to be able to create a fund where we would be able to take youth from the diaspora, African youth from the diaspora, who want to come back to the continent and have an idea of what, not the CNN, BBC type of idea of what's happening, but a real experience where they can come and stay for like a couple of months. So you live with their family, say, eat the food, experience the people, learn a language, maybe even. So the idea is to have Caribbean and American youth, South American youth, even all these Africans in the diaspora who want to come and have an experience, to be able to bring them. Same time, it should be a cultural exchange, such that as they are coming here, they're coming into spaces of interest. So say the person is a mechanic, I should be able to link him with a Ghanaian mechanic so they can exchange both in information and culture, not just have a road trip, but bring your expertise, come teach people something, come learn something.
Yes,
and
yes.
So for me that is a really big priority for me to establish this in some way or form. And I've been speaking with people from Jamaica, from the US, from the UK, because a lot of the youth out there, to use a very used term, them lost, and they are not just lost due to identity. They are lost due to a lack of a compass point. They have nowhere to gravitate toward. Literally. No compass point. Yeah. And if you don't have a compass point to guide your actions and your thoughts, then you're caught up by the swirl of anything. Anything can come in and throw you in a direction. Any wind can blow past you and push you in the direction you want you to go. So I feel it's really important that they establish a connection with the continent, establish a connection with African spirituality, and then establish a connection with African people, a language, because a language also grounds you. Some people think that it's hard to learn once you're past a certain age, but that's not true. All current studies in neuroscience are showing us that the older you get, the more you should learn, because it creates new neural networks. And I feel strongly that our youths could make big changes if such a program is in place, because they understand they have a whole continent behind them, not just one or two uncles in the park.
I love that. I love the idea of that. We really need about 3 more people on the team besides you and me to pull it together and organize everything and make it work. I just have a group of youth here that we are organizing for some summer thing, and we'll be taking them out to the farm. But what if we can extend that and bring them over to Ghana and have them fully immersed, because that compass piece, that's going to lead us in this podcast. We're going to be going into that deeply, because it's like your word is really prophetic. It's not just looking forward, though. It's also looking backwards and seeing what really is. The compass is off. Just like the birds' electromagnetic frequency is interfered with because of the environment and the bees, so too are the youths and their parents too. Exactly. So with that being said, that grounding experience that we have when we come, even if we can only come for 2 weeks, is better than nothing. True. But 2 months, you can reset your clock, okay? Yeah. You can reset your whole clock.
You need to start somewhere, because a lot of people feel like they need to grow old, save a whole heap of money, and then try and move into a situation that they've never been into.
No.
However, if you start coming as a young person, you come for the first time, maybe 2 weeks. You come next time for 2 months, another 2 months. And mind you, the first 2 months that you spend here, you will create family, not just friends. You will create actual family.
Yeah.
People gravitate towards people here.
Yes.
So if you come in with your A game, you come in with a clean heart, you will create family here.
Yes.
So coming then after you've gone and made your money, you want to move here with your family that you've made out there, or even come and start another family here, which is what I think needs to be happening now.
100%.
The black love story needs to go beyond African American are married African American, or Jamaican must marry Jamaican. No, Jamaicans come marry Ghanaians. African Americans come marry Ghanaians. Ghanaians go out there, meet people, bring people back into the culture and teach them the thing. Because it's not only about us going out there to learn Western standards and then bring them back to Africa. Africa has so much to teach. And a lot of that knowledge is dying with the elders. So,
and you know what? Something you said, I want to re-emphasize that, which is a perspective that I think deserves a conversation too. The older you get, the more you need to learn. Did you notice you said that?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, that's a word right there. Don't let me forget that one. That's a serious word, Jahwi. That is like a meditation that I'm gonna be on for this week, because sometimes I think we think that we are getting older, and so I can't add in anything else, or it's too challenging.
No.
But no, that's the
that
time
is totally
to push.
untrue.
That is the time to push. Yes, and
exactly.
If you don't correct that, like your statement just did for my brain, then it can lead you into some real, backwards thoughts and places.
I think that's a self-paralysis that we inflict on ourselves.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things that we've heard from way back that just don't make any sense. Because the science, this is proven science, that the older you get, the more you use your brain, the more those brain networks begin to function even further, and they begin to make connections that they weren't making before. So something as trivial as brushing your teeth with your left hand instead of your right already starts to form new neural networks. How much more learning a new language or learning a new instrument? You see me? It's really something that we should be doing instead of shying away from.
Yeah, wow. I'm so glad you said that. That was worth the price of admission, man. I'm telling you. Yeah, because it's right in the theme of where we're going with this podcast. This is the fundamental knowledge, that it's like we can talk about anything, but it all relates to the fundamental part. Where's your compass guiding you to? And sometimes we want to talk about all the things that people are doing. Yeah, they're going left because their compass have led them that way. It's not due north. It's the compass is not set. So these are some of the fundamental things. I didn't even know we was going to get into that today, but hey, I'm always ready for it. I'm ready for it. I want us to talk more about just a little bit, like about some of the different art forms, because I didn't even get a chance to talk about the photography and the film thing. And I want you to share some of those films, my brother, so we can do some watch parties.
For sure,
man, because look, you know what?
Sure. So
I'm shy too about my arts, okay? But hey, don't let people find it when I'm dead and buried, okay? Let me bring some of it out right now, okay? Please.
For sure. All right, so let's talk a bit more about some of the other art forms I practice. I don't know whether I should start chronologically and how I began, or just talk about what I do.
Yes.
What you prefer?
Just go.
Okay. So chronologically, if I was to start, how I started with sketching, and this was like really young. I'm talking maybe like 3-4 years old. I was already sketching, and with sketching came drawing, I guess, and actual just like pencil sketches, colored crayons, and things. But when I actually started to draw, I was really drawn to ink. And by then, talking about 14, 15, I was already quite I was ambidextrous. at a young age. But that's another thing with another sad thing about our educational system here in Ghana. At the time, people who over time it changed, but back then, if you used to do anything with your left hand, they would beat you. So they literally beat my left hand abilities out of me in primary school.
Oh, that's crazy.
So I started to do a lot more things with my right, and I was using mostly like ink, like ballpoint pens. So I wasn't even like sketching with a pencil. I'd go straight with a ballpoint pen. I do that till today. Then I moved into sculpture. I think my first exhibition actually was a sculpture event, and I did like I did work with discarded like wood pieces and the bits of cloth that the seamstresses threw out at the end of the day when they finished their work. So I started to collect those items and create collages with them. Then I moved into painting. I've had I'll see some like 16 exhibitions over the last however many years. And I went on eggshell paper, I went on canvas, I've painted on wood, I've painted on actual tree bark. Nowadays, my favorite medium to work on is plywood. So like I find like maybe like a half-inch plywood, and then I layer it with all these like textures and paint and colors, and then it creates these forms at the end of the day. So I am able to do realism quite well, but it's not something I enjoy. So a lot of my work is abstract in nature with a lot of like forced perspective and a lot of abstract things, but also very detailed. I do, especially when I do like ink work, is very, very detailed, and
yes.
you can go and come back 100 times and find something new every time.
Yes.
And so from painting, I then moved into photography. And for me, photography was one of the things that really opened up the world for me. Big up Uncle Ni. So Ni Obodai, who was called Francis Promensal at the time, ran a cafe in Osu. And being a photographer himself, his focus on the space was artistic photography and basically like a European style deli. So we had a lot of artists and artisans coming in to that space. And I think I already enjoyed tinkling with cameras before I met Neo Bodai, but he really like pushed me in the direction of artistic photography, or he nudged me in that direction, I should say. And he imparted a lot of knowledge at the time with regards to the technicalities of it, framing, shutter speed, aperture, all that. He really, put me on the right path, so to speak, with photography. And one of my earliest trips out of Ghana, in terms of anything artistic, was a conference in Maputo for photography. And I remember just before that conference, I won a photo competition in Ghana that was to do with labor, I believe. And so that competition won me my first proper SLR, like DSLR. Mind you, I had all along I had been practicing old school photography with film, with actual film, and going to the studio to go and like have the prints done in a red room and all that. So that was where I started from. And my first foray into the digital world was when I won that camera for the photo competition that I took part in. And the interesting thing about that competition, my entries won first place, third place, and fourth place, all on the same competition.
Wow!
So the only other person that won second place was the only other person that
That won
whose
anything.
entry that would won anything. Yeah, basically.
Oh wow, that's wow. I can believe it. You know, I'm a witness. You know, to your art. You know, and I just want to, you know, basically be a part of promoting it more, giving people more access, because I do think that it's not just the art itself, it's everything that's behind it and where it pushes people towards. So for me, that's the entire value chain that needs to be extended and accessible. You know, that real talk. I'm not just
it's
saying.
interesting you say that, because a lot of the work that I actually put out does have both etheric and intrinsic value to the extent where I will healing into most of my art forms. So people who experience the work, like you're saying, is a lot more than just the physical aesthetic.
Yeah.
I try and put a lot of spiritual strength behind what I do. And a lot of it is to actually benefit mankind and people who observe what we are doing. Because everything has a vibration and energy. And we can't create in a vacuum. You see what I'm saying? The creation process itself needs to have willful intent, so that it's not just another piece of material we threw out there.
Exactly. So this is what I want to do. Let's we take a quick break, and then let's come back with a little, you know what I'm saying? You know what you worked up with that guitar over there, you know what I'm saying? So y'all, everybody can watch me do my dance. So then we come back with that. So let's take just a quick break. Then we'll go from there. Thanks, Jahwi.
Hi, I'm Naima Latif, and if you're watching this, that means you're one of the 4.6 billion people from around the world who are using an electronic device to talk to people. In these times, people are using the internet to talk to everybody. Friends, neighbors, family members, co-workers. People are on their cell phones and computers all day long. Now, if you're in business, that is great news. That means you can sell your products and services all day long and never have to leave your home. All you need is a media connection, somebody to connect you to an audience. And that's why I'm talking to you today. We produce programs, and our audience members are people who shop. They buy clothes, food, beauty supplies, cleaning supplies, home repair, transportation services, childcare services. Whatever you're selling, they need to buy it. We're your media connection. Just follow this link, and tomorrow you can sit back and relax at home while your business is making you money.
Welcome back. Yes, so we on the road, Jahwi. I love the conversation. I love the depth, you know, of the thoughts that you shared with us today about the Ghana building the industry, music industry, as well as just the general approach to, you know, art. Sometimes people, you know, I mean, they can't help it. Their compass is going in another direction too. You know, they want to be on the surface of everything, and you know, we gonna put out something new, and it's like, did you learn from the old stuff? I mean, and you know, has that changed life? Has that helped your compass get on point a little bit better? You know what I mean? Right. But it's more than just you know, it's more than that. So. I want us to go into, you know, my favorite section. So
I didn't finish my my list of things that I do, but we can move into the performance. We didn't talk about the film yet.
We can go either way with it. We can end with that, or you can just finish it and then go into your piece, what you want to perform, and that's fine too. Yeah.
Yeah. So from photography, I transferred my skill in photography into filmmaking. That's when I began to study motion as an art form. And from studying film, a lot of this, most of it is self-taught. I didn't go to any school. I didn't sit in any classroom to learn a lot of the things that I do. I did speak to a lot of gurus who were in the various fields that I wanted to get myself into, but I didn't have any formal education for any of the things that I do. However, I am proud to say that I was called upon to teach at NYU as for photography.
Okay, we lost. Maybe we'll pop back up. Or okay, I tell you what, we're gonna do a small break, and then hopefully in that time we'll have Jahwi back on the line and ready for action. Okay, wait, he might even. Oh yeah, I was about to do another commercial, but
sorry, I apologize.
No.
I don't know if you can hear, but it's storming outside, so the internet
yeah. So when it rains there, it rains. Okay, so
yeah, you know when it rains, everything goes orange. So maybe had a power cut not too long ago. I thought you were going to be.
Huh? You was talking about New York University doing some photography work.
Yeah, so even though I wasn't formally trained, I actually taught at New York University for a period in photography. And before all that, during my high school years is when I started getting into music. And I started like to write my own lyrics. I started to pursue the art form. And after high school is when I really started to perform a lot more. I was also part of the crew that initiated the spoken word movement in Ghana, alongside the likes of Sir Black.
Super cool.
Yeah, so another art form I do practice is spoken word and poetry. I write my own pieces. I perform my own pieces. And that led also into songwriting and mentorship of other young people who were interested in the art forms that I do. So through the years, I've also mentored a couple of people. I've taught some of these skills to the younger generation. I look forward to doing a lot more of that.
Yeah, that would be super cool. Super cool. So
like I said, I did move into filmmaking. I've shot well over 50 music videos for contemporaries and friends, including my own. We have 2 award-winning short films that we did for the 24-hour film festival with Nowelani. My PIC, my partner in crime. Musically, I have numerous singles. I have 1 album out so far. I'm releasing another one very soon. My first album is called, I think you put out a picture of it. It's called Asian Soul Cries. It's available on all the platforms.
Yeah, I got it on Apple Music.
Nice. So I just finished finishing touches on the second one, and it's gonna be released pretty soon.
Nice.
So you'll definitely enjoy it. If you like this one, you will love the second one.
Man, I wish I'm in Ghana to be in the release party and be live.
That would be awesome. We could probably do a live, but you might be here at the time. Let's see.
Yeah. It's possible. So I tell you what, let's close out. The contact, everybody, it's across the bottom of the screen. You can always reach out to me too, because I'm gonna be like, I'm self-proclaimed Western agent. And let's close out with a little piece.
Me nah lose faith. Me nah lose faith. Me nah lose faith. Every day me keep on chatting. Nah lose faith. Praise the Most High every morning. Nah lose faith. Even though my system burning, I see African youths them rise up and stay learning. Nah lose faith. Every day me keep on chatting. Nah lose faith. Praise the Most High every morning. Nah lose faith, even though my system's burning. I see African youths them rise up. I see greed in them eyes, that them mouth them foaming. I see envy in them blood, them eating like omen. But them a wither with the chop when them a test the chosen. From we martially trained, that make that open. With I see bad mind, periscoping, looking for we on the surface and thing, but me too deep down for them to see. Far, far away from we faith and animosity.
Yes.
Me nah lose faith. Me nah lose faith. Me nah lose faith. Every day me keep on chatting. Nah lose faith. Praise the Most High every morning. Nah lose faith, even though my system's burning. I see African youths them rise up and still learning. Nah lose faith, every day me keep on chatting. Nah lose faith, praise the Most High every morning. Nah lose faith, even though my system's burning. Believe Jahwi alone.
Hot fire, fire, fire. More fire, more fire. Where's Snowy at? Bump, bump, bump. I love it, bro. Man, I cannot wait to do more. Oh, did we just close? Get off my screen? He'll come back. He'll come back. Hey, look, bottom line is we had Jahwi live. That was so smoking hot. Cannot wait to get you over here and to get some more people over there to where you guys are at. Let's move. Everybody reach out to us, man. Let's build on this foundation. You know, you're one of the coldest artists, you know what I'm saying? He's a thinker, he's on top of it. And we need to be working with this brother, man. We need to be working more.
Make we touch lips, come hold me close on a night like this. From it cold and your touch I miss. I'm in one room, make I reminisce. Make we touch lips, come hold me close on a night like this. From it cold and your touch I miss. I'm in one room, make I reminisce. No go up for the something cold. Give it to you physical, you feel it in your soul. Love it when you scream out and you lose control. And me also love it when you softly emo. Oh, no go slow for the something fast. She say me people know when me step on the gas. See, succulent body with a soft brown ash, like two overturned calabash. Girl, body out smoking all of my stash. I'll lay those proud out on the mountain at the rock of the heart. Village life, the sweet parts. Oh gosh, maybe touch lips. I say maybe touch lips. Come hold me close on a night like this. From it cold and I touch I miss. I'm in one room, make I reminisce. Of your minoko, sweet. Of your minoko, make we do it. Of your minoko, sweet. Of your minoko, oh, see, wohi, what me say, abe. Pimina, intimina, minya, and who sepe, or see, wohi, what me say, abe. Or can such a me and me, Jimmy, and abe, and get of your minoko, sweet. Of your minoko. Make we do it of your minoko, Sweet of your me no coco, make me touch lips. Come pull me close on a night like this. From its cold and your touch I miss. I'm in one room, make a reminisce. Make me touch lips. Come pull me close. From its cold I miss. I'm in one room, make a reminisce. She said you can't kiss me like that. Don't wanna fall in love, no, you can't hold me like that. When you know I can't get enough, heart fluttering, but in my mind thinking straight. All these barriers we tear down and penetrate. Hey, of your me no go, sweet. Of your me no go, make me do it. Of your me no go, sweet. Of your me no go, make me touch lips. Come pull me close on a night like this. From it's cold and your touch I miss. I'm in one room, make a reminisce.
Yes, thank you, Zay. Thank you, Jahwi. Everybody live. Yes, we shut this piece down. Thank you, Jahwi. Until next time. And soon, everybody, please stay in touch. Build with us, man. This art thing is way more powerful than what you've been told. You know, catch the vibe. Get your compass right. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Bless up.
Thank you, Jahwi.
Bless up, Mama.
This is the quickest way to go from AI beginner to AI fluent in 2026. Watch this.
So this is how I became the most dangerous person in the...
We've come to the end of our show today. If you missed any broadcasts, go to our website for the audio and video archives at www.thefemalesolution.com. On behalf of our team of radio hosts, I'd like to thank all of you who participated in today's discussions. And to our global family joining us from all around the world, we say thank you. To our family in China, xie xie. India, Dhanyavad. Japan, arigato. Korea, kamsamnida. Russia, spasiba. Germany, danke. Poland, dziękuję. France, merci. Spain, gracias. Italy, grazie. Egypt, shukran. Ghana, madasi. Nigeria, eshe. South Africa, Ngiabonga. Senegal, Jaref. Kenya, Asante. Israel, Toda. Pakistan, Shukriya. Afghanistan, Tashakur. Saudi Arabia and Palestine, Shukran. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Thank you, and may peace be upon you and the mercy of God and God's blessings.